Yesterday I mentioned the hedge funds grabbing land in Africa, and because that's where the new line for all their scams goes on. They've already collapsed the housing industries and all their bubbles and their hedge funds and goodness knows what else. And now they're taking up massive plots of land along Africa. It says hedge funds are behind the land grabs in Africa to boost their profits in the food and biofuel sectors, a U.S. think tank says. In a report, the Oakland Institute said hedge funds and other foreign firms had acquired large swathes of African land, often without proper contracts. It said the acquisitions had displaced millions of small farmers. Well, that's nothing new to these guys. Foreign firms farm the land to consolidate their hold over global food markets, the report said. They also use land to make room for export commodities such as biofuels and cut flowers. This is creating insecurity in the global food system that could be a much bigger threat than terrorism, the report said. Of course, that'll be totally ignored. I mean, terrorism's got to be at the top of the tree, right? The Oakland Institute said it released its findings after studying land deals in Ethiopia, Tanzania, South Sudan, Sierra Leone, Mali, and Mozambique. And it said hedge funds and other speculators had, in 2009 alone, bought or leased nearly 60 million hectares of land in Africa, an area the size of France. I don't know if it's a million or whatever it is, but it's hectares anyway. And that's got the rest of the story too, and you can go through all that. But I mean, it's just astonishing what's going to happen. And you know too, they're going to create the food shortage. This is a must-be, this coming food shortage, because they're all Institute for International Affairs. It's always ahead of the pack, since they work for the boys who cause all these things. And they must make it happen. Have had think tanks on their own site working on this for 16 years, the coming food crisis. Nothing's sudden. Nothing in the real world is sudden and comes out of the blue. It doesn't happen that way in real life. Now, another article too is called the Great Green Land Grab. It's talking about charities and the con as we're all told to be austere, meaning poor, and cut back on all energy use. It says, fancy your own swath of rainforest or snow-capped peak. From Britain to Botswana, the Philippines to Patagonia, there's an explosion of individuals, charities, even billionaire financiers buying up vast areas of land in the name of protecting environments. But it's private ownership the way to save them. So John Vidal goes into this and mentions who a lot of these characters are that are just buying up some of the top farmlands as well. It says the founder of CNN, well, we all know about Ted Turner, does not own 2 million acres in Patagonia, as we said in the article below. He's the biggest landowner in North America, but his holdings in Patagonia amount to a little over 120,000 acres. It says all you have to do is click, and you've bought 10 square centimeters of rainforest for a few pennies on the nets. But they're showing you how the corporations and the charities are in this big deal, and they also get their dollar matched for dollar by you, the taxpayer. Back with more after this. Hi folks, we're back and we're cutting through the matrix, talking about the cons that are going on under the name of conservation, carbon sinks and all the rest of it. And all the charities and the big multi-millionaires and billionaires are in on the act as they get cash back from government protecting their carbon sinks, etc. But anyway, this is a very good article. It goes through the different corporations and so-called charities that are buying up whole countries almost, and then trying to run the darn countries. Brazil, for instance, is trying to tell them to stay out because they're supposed to be a sovereign nation. And here's all these charities coming in and buying up their forests and all the rest of it. And it says here too that it's having a tremendous impact on not only the people but on the animals too, and even the pygmies in one area who are now living in squalor outside the towns as were kicked off the land after it was bought over by the foreigners that were going to save it. So you see, it's a pity they were not classed as animals. They'd have more rights then, because under the Earth Charter from our wonderful Maurice Strong, all the animals, insects and everything else have rights, but people have none at all, unless you're very special people, you understand, like Maurice himself. Special genes. He came out of a special womb, like all the rest of them, apparently.